How's it going, everybody? So today we are going to be working on procedure number 5 in Solidworks. For my remote learners, please make sure that you guys go to ClassLink first, log into ClassLink, log into the remote app server. Before you open Solidworks, please be sure to open the Google Drive file stream. Otherwise, you won't be able to open procedure number 4, which is where we need to start from in order to get into 5, and you will have nowhere to save your files. For me, today I'm working natively on a local copy here. So I'm just going to go to File, Open. I'm going to browse out to, this is my Google Drive file stream in Classroom and Tech Ed, et cetera, over to the Rocket Car folder. And I'm going to have you guys open procedure number 4. This is what we would have finished last time. Just a couple of things to point out. Last time we had to make sure that we were a minimum of 0.375 inches in front of the chamber, that we were a minimum of 0.375 inches in thickness, and that we were a minimum of 0.14 above and in front of the axle location. All right. For procedure number 5, we are going to be working on the back, and we have some similar constraints, but the numbers are a little bit different. 5's a little easier, to be completely honest with you. So for procedure number 5, all you have to focus on is being greater than 0.14 inches above and on both sides of the chamber. And if you are, you're in good shape. All right. So back to SolidWorks. I'm going to show you guys an easy way, and I'm going to show you guys a little bit more difficult way. The easier way doesn't give you as pretty of a car, but it works. The more difficult way also works, but it gives you a little bit more of a stylish car. So I want to show you both. The easy way, you can just click a rectangle, click on the back plane. You guys can draw a rectangle on either side of this chamber. There you go. And then smart dimension. So I don't know what number to use here, so I'm just sort of guesstimating that 0.33 is going to get us pretty close. It might be actually a little too much. The reality of it is we can't dimension from here to here. We have to be 0.14 inches away, and we're not. We're not able to dimension it that way. So we basically have to guess as to whether this is going to work or not. Now, I do want to show you guys something here quick. Let me exit this sketch. As I exit it, you'll see that it's gray. The sketch is over here. I want to go into Evaluate and Mass Properties. You can see that we're at 71 grams after the side sketch. So I want to re-enable this back sketch. So if I just right-click it and do Edit Sketch, it pops back open. I can then go to Features and Extruded Cut and Through All. And let's see how much lighter it made it. Let's go back to Evaluate, Mass Properties. Yeah, wow. So it lost a bunch of weight. I think it was 71 grams before. So we're down 31 grams. And actually our target weight, we want to get it somewhere between no lighter than 35 grams, no heavier than 40. So it looks like we're doing really good on weight. We still have to do a sketch on the bottom. However, we don't want to get too excited because I don't know if I have enough thickness here. So I'm going to go back into Evaluate, and I'm going to go to Thickness Analysis. And remember, I said we have to be 0.14, 0.14, 0.14. Let's see how we're doing. Yeah, not good. That's the bottom line. So if I zoom in here, you can see that right in this area, I'm at 0.12. So I'm too thin. I have to meet those constraints. So it's not the end of the world. All we have to do is go back to the back sketch here. I come down here to where that sketch was and expand it. If I right-click on this and go to Edit Sketch, now I can go back in here and play around with these numbers. All I have to do is click Smart Dimension. Let me make it 0.3. Make it 0.3. So I'm going to exit that sketch. If I go to Mass Properties, you'll see that it picked up 3 grams, so it got a little heavier. I'm going to go into Thickness Analysis and calculate again. And let's see where we're at. Yeah, so no color on the side, so that's good. That means I don't have any thickness issues. Could I go in and make that 0.3 a little wider and get a little more off and squeak it out a little bit more? Probably. but I'm sort of satisfied with that. If you want to add something else to here, if you want to take something off, you can't add another sketch. I want you to keep, we're going to have a total of 6 sketches in this whole assignment, just so you guys know. So the first 2 were procedure 1. There was procedure 2 actually doesn't have a sketch. Procedure 2 is where we're finding the mass. So this was procedure 3. This was procedure 4. The back was procedure 5. And as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sketches. We still have to do 1 on the bottom, which would give us a total of 6 sketches. That's all I want. The less sketches we have, the less likely we are to have one sketch interfering with another. All right. So that's kind of an easy way to do that back sketch. I'm going to delete this, right click and go to delete. Go back to delete absorbed features, which is that deletes the cut extrude and the sketch number 5 that's inside of it. That does it all in one step. So I'm going to show you a little bit more of a complicated way to do this. Some of you guys have found the 3-point arc. Please don't use the 3-point arc, at least in the way that I'm about to show it right now. Like, you would never want to have a sketch like that, because this is a pocket. Remember, this bit comes down at a vertical, like vertically and perpendicular to the base here, and it can't twist. So it would actually have to be able to come down, make a right turn, and machine all of this stuff into here. Our CNC machine is unable to do that, unfortunately. So this is no good. Let me show you a quick, easy way to get rid of that. Under sketch, if you just go to trim entities and power trim, just draw a line through it, gone. All right. I am going to use the 3-point arc, but I'm going to use it up here in a different capacity. So I'm going to give myself just a little curve. I'm going to make sure that this line either has to be vertical or it has to go out this way. It can't go this way because, again, then you create a pocket situation. So in order to take the most off, I'm going to make it vertical. And guys, you have to box this in. I can't just go to here and go, yeah, I'm not going to do this right here. You have to box this totally in. If you don't, it's not going to work. Now, trust me, you don't want to try and redraw this on the other side. First of all, it's difficult. And second of all, it takes really long because it has to have symmetry. So here's a shortcut. Under sketch, if you guys go over here, I forgot to do something first. So we're going to do mirror entities, but I actually have to go, in order to mirror something on the other side, you have to go up here to the line tool and hold this little button down and choose this center line. This center line, I need you to roll to the midpoint. Remember I told you don't ever do it? Well, now I want you to. So I want you to click here and just draw a little line that's going to try to follow you around. So just hit escape. When you zoom in, you'll notice this line is dotted, checked, whatever you want to call it, and these are solid. That's because this is a construction line. This is actually a sketching line. So watch this. This is so awesome. If you go over here to mirror entities, under the entities that I want to mirror, if you click on all of these lines and they fall under the entities to mirror, if you go to mirror about and click the center line, it pops it right over the other side, and it's actually a mirror image, meaning it has symmetry. Both sides are symmetrical. And I'll just click this. The other really cool thing you can do is you can go back to Smart Dimension then, and if you only dimension one side, remember 0.3 gave us a good distance from here to here. So if I go to 0.3, not only does it dimension it on this side, it also dimensions the same thing on that side right there. So features, extruded cut, through all. And now, not only do we get a narrower car, we get a narrower car that has a little bit of style. Excuse me. You certainly want to go to evaluate and go to thickness analysis. Choose 0.14 to make sure we have no color around here whatsoever. And we do not, so we are in really good shape. All right. So I encourage you guys to play around with, don't be afraid to go back and mess around with your sketch for procedure number 4. Don't be afraid to go back in and mess around with your sketch with procedure number 5, so that with the end goal of making the mass as light as we possibly can. If you notice, the back is a little bit more stylish on this one, but it's 2 grams heavier than it was when it was a plain old rectangle, simply because the plain old rectangle's taking more weight off, all right? In any case, that is going to wrap it up for my procedure number 5. I'm going to ask you guys to go to File, to go to Save As. My computer's going to cooperate. I'm going to ask you to go out to the Google Drive file stream and into your appropriate class in the Rocket Car folder, and you're going to save it as first name, last name, procedure 5. You can see that I actually already did this, and my computer crashed when I was encoding the video. So this is my second time this morning. And we'll just go ahead and click Save. I'm trying to overwrite that, so I'm just going to replace it and say yes. So that should wrap it up for today. Don't forget to turn this in through Google Classroom, and we will check back in next time with procedure number 6.